Well, hey there, Flavor Fam. I bet some of you are double checking your notifications like, wait, Dinner Dad's on camera. And you'd be right. In the past, I let food do all the talking, literally. But after a ton of thinking, I've realized that if we're really going to connect, I've got to start showing up, So just like the food, here I am. So let's get to know each other a little better because I've missed you guys. Check me out after the intro. Let's go. Now, some of you might be wondering, where's Dinner Dad been? I've got to say, it's been busy. First, we expanded onto Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X. That's Twitter for you Gen Alphas. Sharing recipes, tips, and a whole lot of dad jokes. And get this, I even got some love for my chili. Yep, took home a regional chili competition trophy. And if that wasn't enough, I entered Food Network star Guy Fieri's Big Flavors, Bigger Heroes recipe contest. Made it to the top 10 nationally, took 4th place, and yeah, they even sent me some of those amazing Flavortown pans. My wife's still a little jealous. They're getting more use than her favorite baking sheets. So yeah, it's been a pretty wild year, and I owe so much of it to you guys cheering me on. I want to take things to the next level and keep this journey going with you by my side. What better way to do that than with a fresh video that's equal parts coffee and creme brulee? Because there's nothing a good dessert and a solid dose of caffeine can't fix. So, here we are with a fresh start and some fresh beans. Coffee beans, that is. I recently picked these dark chocolate decadence beans on a trip celebrating my 16-year-old son Chris's birthday, who's also one of the main reasons behind this channel. He's the one who inspired the name Dinner Dad, because he's typically the first one always asking, "What's for dinner, Dad?" So I figured let's take his curiosity and roll it into a channel. Today, I thought let's kick off this rebrand with something that'll jolt us back to life. We're making Coffee Crème Brûlée. Yeah, that's right. A French classic with a coffee twist. Perfect for all you coffee lovers, especially those who wonder if there's a way to combine dessert and that 3 p.m. caffeine fix. Fun fact, creme brulee literally means burnt cream in French, referring to that signature caramelized top layer. This dessert dates back to the 17th century, but today, we're going to make it our own with these coffee beans we recently picked up from the Chocolate Factory Espresso Bar in the small town of Dillsboro, North Carolina on a diesel train excursion. You'll be tasting a little bit of small town Smoky Mountain in every bite. Alright, let's break this down. First, let's discuss mise en place, which means putting in place. Prepping our ingredients and cooking tools will cut down on the cooking time and allow us to focus more on completing the process without sidestepping or forgetting anything. Now, let's talk about the elements for this recipe. Egg yolks, some granulated sugar, heavy whipping cream, vanilla extract, and fresh ground coffee. For the freshest flavor, you can ground it yourself using a spice grinder. They are relatively cheap and can be purchased at most big box stores and online. Now that we have our ingredients, let's get cooking. First, preheat the oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Separate 4 yolks from the whites. We're only using the yolks here. Set the whites aside for tomorrow's omelet or, that workout smoothie we always say we're gonna make. Whisk in 6 tablespoons of sugar until mixed thoroughly and shiny. Pour heavy cream in a pot over medium heat. I'm using the 10-inch Flavortown Laser Titanium pan to bring this to a light boil. You don't want a rolling boil, even though the name literally suggests otherwise. While that is coming up to temperature, make a strong shot in your espresso machine or small cup of coffee, about 4 ounces. Just as it begins to break, turn the heat off and whisk in the coffee. Let's talk about tempering really quick. Tempering is the process of slowly bringing 2 liquids to the same temperature before blending together. Tempering eggs is like raising teenagers. Add the heat too fast, and you've got one heck of a mess on your hands. You want to introduce the hot cream mixture to the eggs very slowly while whisking to keep them from curdling. Once you get 10% of your liquid in with a good bit of air, the eggs can be poured directly in with your cream. This would also be a good time to add your vanilla extract. Now, carefully pour this golden goodness into ramekins, about 3/4 full. You want some room for that sugar crust later. And because we're extra, Go ahead and sprinkle even more of that ground coffee over each mixture and give it a little whisk for that extra oomph. This part is critical. It's called a water bath, which keeps our brulees from overheating and cracking. It's also kind of like a warm hug for your dessert. Place the ramekins into a roasting pan and pour water until it reaches halfway up the sides before transferring to your 300-degree oven. After 40 to 50 minutes, remove from the oven and look for a slight jiggle. You want a little wiggle to know that they aren't overcooked. Let them cool so the remaining heat can finish setting up these beauties. Then park them in the fridge overnight to set. Now the fun part. Sprinkle 1 to 2 tablespoons of sugar on top of each custard and move around until the tops are completely covered. Grab a blowtorch if you have one and caramelize that sugar until it's golden, like your grandparents. If you don't have a blowtorch, don't worry. Pop it under the broiler for a minute or two. Just keep an eye on it. And that, my friends, is Coffee Crème Brûlée. Smooth, creamy, with just enough caffeine to keep up with 4 teenagers. It's the perfect balance of sweet indulgence and bold coffee flavor, proving that desserts can do double duty as both a treat and a survival tool for parents. Remember, when tempering those eggs, patience is key, because nobody wants a scrambled dessert. Or as I like to say, temper your eggs, not your temper. Now go forth and brulee with confidence. Cheers, Flavor Fam. Hey buddy, you ready for a snack? You want some of this delicious coffee creme brulee? I don't think they make them for puppies.